New Horizons was one of my most anticipated games on the Switch so far. A longtime fan of this series, I couldn't wait for it to be back on a home console, and my expectations were high given the very charming presentations, the island getaway theme, and just the excitement of a new Animal Crossing adventure. Pair this with the timing of its release giving us a much needed distraction during quarantine, and I soon found myself easily logging over 100 hours of playtime in the first month. I recall one day I spent 13 hours making just the walkway up to my house, and I had a blast. Now, to have this much playtime for any game is extremely solid. I don't regret my purchase of this game at all. I got more than enough for $60. But after that first month and second island, I began to feel like there was nothing to do. Villagers began repeating the same dialogue over and over. I found the seasonal events back then to be very lackluster compared to the base gameplay.
Oh God. It's staring into my soul.
And I got Molly, the only villager who truly matters. It was at this point that I started playing less and less, and now it's probably been 10 months since I've turned this game on to record what you're seeing in this video. I'm not saying New Horizons is a bad game. Again, if I can log over 100 hours into it in a month, then I clearly enjoyed it. But the main focus of this game is to keep players engaged over a long period of time with new updates that keep the game fresh, and it's these updates that have ironically enough pushed many players away from the game entirely. For example, being able to swim. We're on a fucking island. This should be something that you can do day one. Is it an update? Yeah. But is it something so monumental that people feel compelled to continue with the same gameplay alongside it? No, not really in my opinion. My issue with these updates is that most of them seem extremely small scale, and like I said, would have been more appealing to just include in the base game and focus on bigger ideas to create excitement and variety moving forward. I expected the first major update to include online multiplayer minigames or something. I think that approach would have kept me way more interested. Take New Leaf for example. This game first came out in 2012, and people played it for 8 years straight and absolutely loved it. Guess how many major updates it had? 1. 4 years after its release. Again, people played this game religiously for 8 fucking years and there was one update. Animal Crossing is so appealing because it gives you the ability to create your own world and be completely immersed in it. Would I actually want to live this life though? Probably not. It feels so lackluster compared to New Leaf, and I just don't feel like the updates are doing it any justice. For example, the main reason I felt compelled to make this video in the first place was because of their most recent update announcement. So we got stamps, some theme furniture and clothes, and seasonal items. The exact same type of update we got last year. Now, do stamps and new clothes have me absolutely foaming at the mouth to jump back into this game and play for another 100 hours? What the fuck do you think? This game is weird for me. On one hand, the time I spent playing it, I loved, and it's very hard for me to get mad at it. But on the other hand, it's like the developers were so concerned with keeping our interest over time with updates that they forgot to make a compelling enough base game that will keep our interest in the first place. Not to mention the team making this game is also working on Splatoon 3, which will ultimately hurt New Horizons updates even more maybe. I want to have faith that this game will one day bring me back into it with something, but it's hard to believe at this point. Well, at least it's getting more support than Super Mario Party. Wait, what?